And we turn now to a bizarre case in our 17 Court Watch. Two people convicted of murder in separate cases involving the deaths of children are seeking to have their convictions vacated under a 2019 change in state law.
17's Jason Katowski works for our digital news team, and he joins us now with more. And Jason, when did these killings occur?
Well, one occurred in 2003 and the other in 2010. In the first case, Koyetta Lynn Cooper pleaded no contest to second-degree murder in the death of 22-month-old Raymonte Bailey and was sentenced to 15 years to life in prison. He suffered blunt force trauma, and there were indications he may have been sexually abused. Cooper, the child's caretaker, repeatedly denied harming the boy and said she pleaded no contest because she faced first-degree murder and other charges that could have added up to an even longer term in prison if she'd been convicted at trial. In the 2010 case, James Willis Johnson was convicted at trial of second-degree murder and other charges in the death of his newborn son. The boy suffered multiple broken bones and burns that became infected, and neither Johnson nor the child's mother sought medical treatment for him. He's serving a term of 31 years to life in prison.
Wow. Now, both of these cases are over a decade old, but since those convictions, there's been a change in state law, right?
That's right. There was a change in 2019 to the felony murder rule, which stated that previously defendants could be found guilty of murder if they committed a crime, took part in a crime such as robbery or burglary, even if they weren't the actual killer, they could be convicted because they were engaging in a dangerous act. Now the law says a person has to actually commit or aid in a killing or have the intent to kill during the commission of a crime in order to be charged with murder. Cooper and Johnson are both arguing the change in law applies to them. Cooper's husband, Keithan Cooper, pleaded no contest in 2004 to multiple counts of sexual abuse of a child. Prosecutors argue that Koyetta Cooper killed the boy, but her attorneys have said it's possible her husband injured the child while molesting him. In Johnson's case, both he and his wife, Denise Belmonte, were originally charged with murder. Belmonte took a plea deal and received a 15-year prison term. Each blamed the other for the baby's injuries. Now, the prosecutor argued that Johnson beat the boy to death, but he also threw out some other theories of prosecution, such as that if he aided Belmonte in committing child endangerment, or if the jury found Belmonte burned the child and Johnson didn't seek treatment for the son, he could be found guilty of murder. In the cases of both of them, the appellate court found that they raised issues that should receive hearings and has ordered them both returned to Bakersfield for those hearings.
All right, so when might those hearings happen? What's next in these cases?
It's unclear at this point. Since the rulings just came down this week, there haven't been any dates set. It's likely months in the future. But at these hearings, the burden is on the prosecution to show why they're ineligible for resentencing. Now, Johnson was also convicted of child abuse resulting in death, which carries a 25 years to life prison term. So even if his murder conviction is thrown out, he still will likely face that sentence. Will continue to be serving that sentence in prison. In the case of Cooper, she had no other underlying convictions, so she likely would go free. Now, Assistant District Attorney Joseph Kinzel said today we can expect even more of these cases because starting in January of this year, the change in the law will also apply to anyone with attempted murder or manslaughter convictions. So they can also make the same petitioning process for those cases.
Wow, adding to what is already a backlog in cases in superior courts up and down the state.
Yes, in fact, Kinzel said there have been about 95 petitions so far in murder cases under the change in the law.
Wow.
All right, Jason Katowski in studio with us tonight. Thanks, Jace.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.